What up, what up, what up, what up?
Yep.
What up, everybody? Welcome back to the Vibe Podcast.
Yes, sir.
I'm your boy, Misi.
And your boy Kendrick is in the building.
It's your boy Locks.
Yay.
And we out here chilling, bro. Kendrick got the new AC in the studio, so
Oh, yes.
awfully cold.
AC chilling.
You got my knees looking real ashy and bumpy right now.
I'm just saying, it was a bit warm in here before. Now it's
man.
comfortable. You know what I'm saying? I got to make it comfortable for the G's.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. I feel it. I feel it.
Y'all feeling good, though?
Bro, yeah. I still feel like none of my clothes fit after Thanksgiving.
Oh, shoot.
To be honest, it was kind of tight before I got there. So.
Wait, you went over your ribs house?
Oh yeah. I had Thanksgiving with the ladies' family, and then I went and see my family in Compton.
Okay.
That was cool.
Comptown.
Compton, you know what I'm saying? My uncle almost killed some dude. That was pretty cool.
Why you say that?
I'll tell you, my uncle's a freaking G, man, and we're sitting there chilling in the garage. They out there getting drunk and stuff. I'm sitting there in the garage with my family. Everybody's in the garage just chilling. It was probably like 9 at night, maybe 8 or 9 at night. And my mom lived in Compton, and her garage is in the alley. And so we're just chilling there, and then some just random old Mexican dude just stumbles into the garage.
Word.
Like, we was just sitting there chilling, and everybody looks up, and there's some dude standing there.
Wow.
My uncle snatched him up so quick, had him on his tippy toes. I'm like, hey,
Hands.
he said, you trying to get yourself killed?
Hands.
Wow.
Bro,
Hands.
we was all worried about dude. Like,
Get your
hey,
ass out.
we kept saying, hey, man, you need to go home, or he gonna beat your ass.
You don't catch these hands.
Bro, it was a lot, man. But,
Good food.
oh, man.
Dude, what kind of food be at your Thanksgiving? Like, what's being served at your Thanksgiving, bro?
You know what? It's a mixture of stuff,
Because
bro.
you say you don't like turkey,
You
right?
know, look, okay, I'll say I don't like
I
turkey.
don't really do turkey myself neither, man.
I said that, but you know what? They had Thanksgiving at my
Friday.
job,
Okay.
and my boss had brought some, and I was like, "Yo, this chicken kind of good." That's
Chicken
turkey,
fowl.
and I was like, "Wow, it was good."
Dang.
But no, not at my mama's house. No, my mama's house had turkey, but my
Okay.
girl's house they didn't have no turkey. But her mom hooked it up with that ham though.
She did.
Her mom hooked it up with the ham and like 5 different types of desserts, bro. I'm telling you, I
You
was
guys
so
have
sad.
like special dishes?
Who? I mean, I'm at my house.
Yeah. Is there like a dish that everyone like anticipates?
I mean, my stepdad made some gravy,
Okay.
and I don't know what about it, but the gravy it don't look like no regular gravy. The gravy itself looked like gumbo,
Right. Okay.
and so everybody was fighting over that.
Really?
Yeah.
They're trying to put it on everything.
He kept running out of that, man, and
Put it over the whole plate.
he kept trying to like apologize to everybody. I'll make another thing. It is, but it was cool. My girl's house, it was different.
Yeah.
Because they're Hispanic, so like I think
Sure.
she was here on the last podcast. They're saying they don't really do traditional.
Yeah.
They had a ham and like some rolls and
The Hawaiian rolls.
yeah, the Hawaiian rolls, but the rest of
True.
it was the desserts.
Yeah.
I'm telling you, it was flames.
That's what's up.
Well, y'all, you know who eats the good food? Kendrick.
You know the McMillan household throws it down. Not this year though.
Yeah.
Mom's always cooks though. Like it's not like
Yeah,
designated because Thanksgiving.
you randomly be posting. Mom hooked it up today. I'm like, yeah, it looks like Thanksgiving.
Listen, mom be throwing down.
Yeah.
Like it doesn't even have to be Thanksgiving Day. Like
Yeah.
what was it, last Sunday? Oh, I went over her house. Brother came over. His wife came over. And like mom just like whipped up something crazy. Barbecue chicken, macaroni and cheese, cabbage, cornbread. My dad made some stuffing, but my mom made some gravy and some yams. It was just like, what? Okay, mom. I love you. I love you. It was fire, bro. Like straight up. It was fire. So I mean, again, it's not so much Thanksgiving Day.
I'm trying to meet your mama, bro.
Hey, bro. Mom's and dad's is about to.
I'm trying to get that clean invite next Sunday. I don't know why, but mamas love me.
Hey,
Where is he at? Oh, he outside waiting.
why you want to know?
Is Missy gonna come over again and eat some of my food?
Misi already in the house.
Right.
Missy, he got a to-go
already-
plate and everything. I'm the type of cat show up with empty Tupperware.
Dude.
Like, what's that for? This is for
For the extras, right?
to-go plate.
Right. Tupperware, not a
You
plate.
know what I'm saying?
Tupperware. So yeah, but this year I didn't. Mom and dad didn't cook, so I wasn't tripping off of that. But I went over my brother's wife's parents' house.
Ooh.
They invited me over. I was honestly just at the crib chilling. I really don't dwell on holidays like that.
I feel it.
I haven't been doing that. I haven't been in that realm for me and for the past like 6 years. So it's not even like it's not like, oh, I'm about to go. Because, you see those pictures or like those clips of clats going crazy after Thanksgiving, Black Friday.
Yeah.
After being thankful
Right.
for everything.
Right.
That's crazy.
Like, that don't make sense to me. So, I mean, like, just disconnecting from that type of
Yeah.
mindset for me. Not to get off super deep, but no. I went over my brother's, his wife's parents' house. And, like, yo, she had the spread.
How was that? Be honest. I know you on the podcast. How was it?
It was fire.
Don't lie.
I'm not even gonna
Food
lie.
was good.
The food was fire.
Was it fire?
The food was
Okay.
fire. It was
right.
good. It was a lot too. Like they had desserts and everything. So I was just like, all right, I'm gonna just
What kind of dessert though?
What was your favorite dish?
What was good? Okay, so
Oh, he can't even think of one.
yeah,
was
man,
that-
I mean
was
all
that
of it was
good?
good. No, all of it was
Put it
good.
all on the plate.
Yeah, all of it was good. The potato salad was fire. Not mashed potatoes. They just had potato salad. And then the turkey was fire.
Who made the potato salad?
Wasn't that a
I think
movie?
I think,
Important
I'm not sure. I
question.
think
But like
dad-
Red?
I'm joking.
Was that a movie?
Yeah, who made the potato salad? It was Steve Urkel was in it.
Where was he?
Jaleel White, yeah. Who made the potato salad?
Remember that movie? Ratchet, bro. Wasn't Red the comedian Red in there with the gap?
Yeah.
Why the hell does it matter? No, but yeah, they threw down, and it was just good vibes. I mean, I'm not even, again, for me, I don't trip on it, but the food was fire, and yeah.
What about you, Cliff? I know you on the same. You kind of similar, right?
I am. I know the history of it, so for me, it's not the holiday. I just enjoy being around people I like to be around,
Right.
and eating some good food.
Right.
And you can do that any day of the
You
week.
can do that anytime.
You know what I mean? So, but
It
no,
should be
I
like
was-
that every day.
I
if
was
anything.
at the crib. They ain't doing nothing. I ordered some pizzas, and I sat back and I played PlayStation all day.
See, that's the only thing I was missing was video games.
I
this year.
yeah. I mean, I didn't get the invite, but I got the invite from Domino's and went over there and hooked it up.
Man, if I would have stayed in
And
town,
went
I
and
would
got
have
some
invited
ice
you to my
cream, yeah.
house.
I mean, it is what it is, man. I still got some leftover ice cream. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tupperware.
No.
'Cause
I
that's
went
nasty.
to the what was it? Ralph's. Ralph's hooked that up.
Ooh,
And with the ice cream, like, what flavors?
Pralines and cream, dude.
that's disgusting.
Yeah. What?
That's good. I don't know what pralines is.
It's like
I think I had them before.
they're
I just
like
don't remember
nuts.
what it was.
Like
These
caramelized nuts.
Like that.
That's what she said. Never
Ooh. Moving on, my job may be on the line.
Right.
like that.
Yeah, but it was crazy though, man. You see those clips though of the Black Friday situation? yo?
Tripping.
I saw two of them. I was like, nah. Why? Here's my thing. Black Friday. First of all, I'm not gonna go run in no store to buy something that's not on sale, because to me, what I think is, you bought it wholesale. You're offering the same price to them wholesale. So why am I gonna go buy something
Right.
that's quote unquote really not on sale? Then they're gonna be there. They're doing it during the weekend, and then they have Cyber Monday.
Right.
So everybody's really rushing to do the Christmas shopping.
Right.
Amazon, baby. I'm
Yeah,
not going nowhere.
I'm saying,
Wait,
like,
no. Amazon, they lost one of my packages, so skip them until I find
But
it.
did you get a full refund? They give you full refund.
They told me, I said, what? I still need what I ordered. I told the lady the other day, I still need what I ordered. So what's faster? Give my money back so I can order it again, or y'all can track the package down. Let me transfer you right now.
oh shoot,
Transfer me. Hello. Same. I felt like it was the same lady. Talked to her again. She started singing while I was talking to her. Hello. And then she,
what did you order?
some things.
Okay.
Nah, stuff for my
True.
business.
Okay.
Stuff for my business. So, and then they put me on hold, and then I get to this other lady, and I was like, "Hey, what's quicker? Because I need the stuff. You guys should have had it to me last week,
Right.
And you guys scanned it as delivered,
Right.
Right.
So you scanned it as delivered, and then the note said in your mailbox. So I was like, that's funny because this is no way possible that fit in my mailbox.
Right.
It's like supposed to be 2 duffel bags.
Right.
So how they 2 full bags of like gear. So how they get in my mailbox? So I called them and the lady's like, well, they said they was in your mailbox. Did you check your mailbox? I was like, that ain't gonna fit in my mailbox.
Right.
So then she's like, well, what you want to do? I was like, well, I already asked you a question. You have yet to answer my question. She's like, I already answered that question, sir. If you have any more questions, I can transfer you back to the Amazon representative. Like, wow. Like,
Dang.
Word.
yeah. And so I was like, you know what? Then I finally got down to talk to a supervisor, and it was like 5 days to get my money back. 5 business days to get my money back.
What?
Or 3 days for them to call me back to let me know whether or not they found my package.
They didn't find that package.
Yeah.
So and till this day, you still don't have the packages.
Bro, they said they delivered it last Saturday. So I have no package. I still don't have it. And then my question to them was like, my question is, how do you scan something as delivered if it's not delivered?
Correct.
And she was like, well, sometimes they scan all the packages when they go out, and then sometimes they don't get to them. I was like, well,
But
then.
that's not what you're supposed to do. You're supposed to scan it when it's
I was
delivered.
like, well, who was on route that day? Because they was obviously doing something they wasn't supposed to be doing because they
Right.
said they delivered something that wasn't delivered.
Right.
And so I want to, talk to
And
them
don't they
about it.
usually, if it's like boxes or something like that, don't they usually go to the door and put it on the box
Yeah.
on the door,
Yeah.
put the boxes near the door, and then leave a note?
My guy, look,
They put
I
them-
ordered 3 things at the same time, and the other 2 came in like 2 days after that, in my front door, and the third one, the biggest one, didn't show up.
Wow.
Ordered them at the same time. So don't go through Amazon, guys, especially right now.
True.
Not until I get my package.
Right.
Justice for Misi.
We gonna wait on- we
Hashtag
gonna
justice for
wait on
Misi.
Right.
Wait on me.
I just know cats be spending crazy money on stuff. I'm
Mm-hmm.
just never been that type of person to just, I just never been that type of person to be just kind of like following trends
Mm-hmm.
and like, oh, because it's Black Friday, I'm gonna spend a busload of money. Like those clips kind of like freaked me out when I saw people like fighting over items and stuff
Taking
like
boxes out of people's hands and
that.
stuff.
I
out of their
saw-
carts and stuff.
Did
I'm
you-
like,
Some of the people was getting trampled, man. Like,
Yeah.
And then nobody was like,
And they had their kids in there.
yeah.
That's
like,
whack.
nah, man.
and it's embarrassing because it's kind of like, yo, like that's what we live. That's where we live. Like, I know we got issues I know we all got issues, but like that's where we're at. It's
Have
so,
you seen them do it in Sweden? Did you see the video as a comparison? Like in Sweden, it says Sweden versus U.S. Black Friday.
Yeah.
And in Sweden, the door opens and then people walk in. It's just one at a time. They were clapping for them as they walked in. Single file line. No one was rushing. And then stop that clip. Show the U.S. when people getting suffocated and stuff.
Sounds like
Socked.
it was like what's that zombie movie that had Brad Pitt in it? But it was like, people just trampling over each other and stuff like
Yeah,
that.
it looked like a lot, bro. I wasn't feeling it. Here's my thing, though. I understand like where the holidays come from, and I get it. Like there's a very dark past.
Yeah.
I'm up for the justice of it too. Like I don't agree with how that stuff came up, but I don't agree with celebrating that stuff either.
Right.
Yeah.
And so like I feel like we should be able to celebrate what we're doing.
right.
Like being with family and friends.
make that a
And make it a point to put out there like the injustices and stuff like that.
Sure.
And make sure you recognize that hey, this is a very sad day. This is,
Right.
a lot of people died today.
Like, let's tell the truth about it.
Let's tell the truth about
Yeah.
it.
Like I'm not gonna be thankful knowing that, like in the U.S. there was multiple occasions and multiple shootings happening this year alone. Like people were dead.
Yeah.
Like our brothers in the street getting shot for no reason.
And you want me to be like celebrating
Yeah.
and be thankful?
And you
against-
happy and thankful. Like, nah,
Come on,
let's
bro. Like,
talk
there's
about what
families
happened.
hurting right now, yo.
Yeah.
Well, I think this is me. I just think it's being thankful for what I do have. So I'm thankful that my family was able to come and be
Sure.
with me, and that I was able to see my niece and nephew, which live across the state. I don't ever get to see them.
Sure.
My mom's, my grandpa, my uncle's here. My grandpa's real old, not doing too well. So probably be the last holidays maybe with him. Maybe this, maybe next year. So I was thankful to be there.
Sure.
But I was also very aware of like the history of what happened and make sure I had that conversation with the people around me
Sure.
and stuff. So
I mean, I am thankful. I am thankful for that and family being around. I guess I was thinking of more on like a global scale. Like,
yeah.
Like just in
course.
general, man. Like that sucks, man. Like a lot of
Yeah.
people. But again, yeah, you're right. Being thankful for where we're at and where we could be. You know what I'm saying? So
But to make sure we do have, I just think we should have those conversations because you know what, like people don't even let us. Like I get it. Let's have a conversation about, the injustices that happen to Native Americans and stuff like that. I get it.
sure.
It's like, but and people are all for that, but a lot of people are not for having the conversation for the injustices.
Well, I
of
mean,
like
think
people
about
that
it.
look like us,
They're still doing the pipeline situation.
right?
That whole
And
situation.
it's not even really being broadcast.
And then how much gasoline? I mean, how much oil has already been spilled?
right.
Bro, there's a football team named the Washington Redskins, an NFL team.
Slap in the face, right?
And let me know. Tell me how many Native Americans play for that team and making millions a year. Go ahead, tell me.
Right.
Probably not none.
right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of negatives in that because that's how it is.
Right.
But that's crazy,
That's
bro.
wild, bro. That just doesn't make sense to me.
Imagine having a football team named the Black Faces or something.
Right.
Black Faces or Blue Gums. Something they used to call us or something, and then no black people played on that team.
Right.
Well, at least give me a cut.
Something.
I don't know, man.
I don't know, man. It's just wild. I mean, again, I'm thankful and grateful for everything, but I take a step back and I have to take a step back and look at like
The whole picture.
like the whole picture, not
Yeah,
so
yeah.
much Thanksgiving itself, because that's easy. Everyone's going to be thankful for something.
Yeah.
But it's like, have you ever done any research on how that started?
Mm-hmm.
Has anyone ever done any research on how like Christmas started, or even Black Friday, where that whole
Oh, yeah.
situation?
Oh,
came
yeah,
from?
yeah. I remember
You
that.
know what I'm saying?
Yeah, yeah,
And
yeah.
I'm not going to sit here and say I know
Right.
full details, but the little bit of research that I've read, you know what I'm saying?
You know enough to
Hey,
make a decision.
Yeah.
Just for people that may not have any idea of that, go ahead and tell us a little bit about where Black Friday came from. I mean, I'm sure somebody's curious. I was super blown away when I found out.
Well, from what I've read, and I could be like, again, I don't know full details, but I heard that it started throughout the slave trade.
Yeah.
That's exactly what it was.
You know what I mean? Again, I'm still don't know full details, but from what I've seen and what I've read so far, like a lot of people are, and that's the articles, not articles, but the research that I've read, it started through slavery and like the market of people being sold at a certain time or whatever, and again, like to me, that's we're still dealing with that. Like we're still dealing with that, but just on a calmer scale. But you know, it's just wild to me. I don't know, man. It's, again, to me, that's the reason why Kendrick McMillan doesn't like follow traditional, holidays and stuff like that. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I don't socialize. If somebody invites me over to eat, I'm gonna eat, of course. But I'm not going to be like,
Of course.
yeah, I'm gonna eat. I'm gonna tear a plate up. You know what I'm saying? But again, before I got invited to my brother's, his wife's parents' house, I was at the crib. I was watching Netflix, not even stressing. Went to the gym. I had like some breakfast, and I was chilling. And he just texted me and was like, "Yo, come on, go get a plate." All right, cool. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
But disconnecting myself from traditional USA holidays and traditions, nah, man, just can't do that, man.
Yeah, they would sell slaves on Black Friday, pretty much. Put them
Yeah,
on that
discounted
put 'em
prices.
on that little auction table, stand you up there, start the bidding off. Oh, this one looks real good. He's pretty strong. You know, he's sturdy. He's got little muscles.
Yeah.
Well, $200.
That's just
You know,
wild,
she
man.
you know, she has childbearing hips. Look at her chest. You know, she's a mother. She can bear children. She can nurse your children.
Mm-hmm.
Let's start her off at $150, $250. I mean, yeah.
But again,
And then they had that, that's where they get the term, picnic.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
Pick a nigga. So when it comes to picking, I'll go to your cookout, but I'm not gonna go pick a nigga.
Right.
I know what it is. So I just choose not to. Yeah.
Yeah. Man.
and the thing is, it's like who like you. So people know this stuff. This is not
Yeah.
like stuff that's brand new. We're
Yeah.
not just saying something that's super random and like, oh, snap it. I can't believe that's
This
no.
is documented knowledge, man. This is real information.
This is information that's out there, and so
It's
when
uncomfortable.
yeah,
Yeah.
So
if
people
you-
don't talk about it. Let's just
And
like put it
that's
to the
the issue.
side. You know what I'm saying?
and that's the problem with our society.
It's like people, when you start to give them information and real knowledge, you'll find out a lot of people, some people don't want to talk about it because they don't know and they benefit from it. And other people that they know the knowledge and they know the information, but they don't want to change
Right.
how it affects them.
Yeah. They don't want to give up the privileges yet.
Yeah.
Right.
I mean,
The same people that claim that there's no such thing as, white
Racism.
privilege or something like that, don't want to give up those same privileges.
right.
You know what I'm saying?
And it always goes back to me of that Jane Elliott lady.
Yeah, Jane Lynch.
If you
Yeah.
were in the
Yeah.
same position, would you trade your, you know what I'm saying? Would you
Yeah.
trade your lifestyle for an average
Yes.
black person living in the United States?
Nobody
she
raised
said,
their
she
hand.
said, if you would raise your hand. and they just sat there and looked at each other like,
Bruh.
Exactly.
Do you remember the exercise she did when she was doing like the people had to wear a green collar around their neck?
Yeah, with the
And this
girl that
little
was
short haired
crying.
girl walked out, and she came back in. She sat in the corner. She was like,
Said, no,
"No,
you don't get to do that.
yeah." She was like, "How are you gonna exercise? You just exercise the right that these people don't have. Like you're gonna get up and walk out the room because you don't like the way it feels. But tell a black person when they can stop being black because they're like being bothered by it. They
Right.
can't." She said, "I'm sorry that there's racism." That's what she said.
Right.
What?
Get your stuff and get out of here.
So again, when you have those situations, you know the information out there. You just refuse to read it and apply it, or you know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
we can't change. We can't solve racism.
We could change the future. But
You know
we
what I'm
can't
saying?
solve,
Yeah.
a past issue.
Yeah.
Us being black, we can't solve that issue of racism. That's going to have to take. That's going to have to take someone in power, someone in leadership that has a leadership role, that has enough power and control to change the dynamic and thought process of the way and actually bring it up. The thing is that when you bring it up, yes, it is uncomfortable, but no one's willing to like when those cop shootings happened this year. Got a load of white friends on my Facebook. A load of white folks.
How many of them spoke up though?
Exactly.
Exactly. Yeah.
So how is it going to
Yeah.
change if no one, you know what I'm saying, is going to speak up? That's the thing that kills. That's the thing that's hilarious to me.
But here's me, like, this is where it needs to start changing. In my view, is like, if I see a video or something, or if I'm somewhere and I see a little white kid, a little Asian kid being treated wrong, like somebody harassing him, or like the cops messing with somebody,
Sure.
little white kid, like it bothers me just as much.
Because just your natural instinct, you're supposed to feel a
Right.
certain type of way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And so like I'll get just as upset. Or for example, this is kind of way off. This is way off. But like I was here waiting at the studio because I got here a little early, so I walked over to Vaughn's to go to the Starbucks, and there was it's kind of weird, but there was two drag queens in there, or transgender dudes,
Okay.
or ladies. I don't know.
They
which
were
one.
dressed up. They were dudes, but dressed up as women.
Yeah, it was two large women, and
Okay.
like you could no. I'm saying
Swole
large.
ass- swole ass women. No.
No, I'm saying large because no joke, bro.
Right.
One was like probably 6'2", and the other one was probably like 6'5", 6'6".
Wow.
Like they was like
Some
head
big
and shoulders
dudes.
above everybody, but they
Yeah.
had on little dresses and the full makeup and everything. And for the most part, from where we're at, we're in North Park, so a lot of people are very accepting of stuff like that.
Sure.
And a lot of people were like especially the older people were just like looking and shaking their heads, or like some older guy, security guy, walked all the way across the store, like he was standing next to me the whole time. And when they came and walked past and got in line, he walked all the way across the store and just stood there, which is like staring at them like. And then whenever they paid and left, walked out, and then he went back to his post, and I was like, I was upset, like, man, you don't get to just
You just don't get to treat people.
yeah, that's don't be
differently.
looking people funny, trying to make
Yeah.
them uncomfortable because
Sure.
you just don't like how they look. Like, you know what I'm saying? And
Yeah.
that bothered me just as much. And I personally have no attachment to the transgender
Right.
community, and I don't even necessarily agree with it.
Sure.
But like,
But you're not going to
don't
sit
just treat
there
people
and
like
say
that.
Right.
like and put them in a position where
Like
they
it's-
feel uncomfortable.
yeah, like
or
it's some
just,
type of freak show or something like that. Like
Right.
even if you wanted to look, you don't have to come. Like this dude walked across the store and like stood in front of them as far as you are to me, and was just like staring like up and down, like looking all disappointed. And I'm like, you ain't got to do all that, bro.
That's
And
wild,
so
man.
when people start getting upset when something happens to someone else, whether or not we understand it,
Right.
when people start opening up like that, we can start fixing things. But like other people look at like some young kid and assume he's a thug and he
Right.
gets shot by the cops, and
Right.
you think, oh, he probably deserved it. No, that should bother you. You
Yeah.
don't get to judge them how they look and make
Yeah.
assumptions, and it should bother you because it doesn't look right.
Right.
I always say like we gotten to the point now where we're so desensitized where stuff happens and it's just like, okay, what? Like you telling me like somebody getting shot and we see it on TV or the internet, like that's crazy. Like what the heck is going on?
Yeah.
We naturally have that, that approach when it comes to just kind of like,
Yeah.
yo, like what the heck?
Yeah.
Now it's gotten to the point now where it's just like,
You see somebody get shot, you just keep scrolling.
Unless
Right.
they look like you,
right,
and then it bothers you a little more.
right.
Like let's say a young black dude with dreads gets shot, you know, like in Pennsylvania right now, and all of us, I'm guaranteeing you, we just first thing is like, oh, what, man, that's messed up. Before we know what happens, and I feel like when we start opening up to like when a little Asian dude, you know, gets, you know, jumped at school, you know,
Or gets dragged out of an airplane.
yeah,
Right.
then that should bother when that starts bothering us as much as, you know, a young black dude getting shot, and when it starts bothering other people when young black people get shot, then we can start fixing something. But I feel like sometimes people just don't care if it don't look like you. It don't affect me, so I'm good.
Right. And it's
know what I'm
like the response afterwards versus, you know, our people versus, you know, Europeans when they lose a child or whatever, justice is gonna be right there for them.
Right.
Justice is immediate.
Yeah.
And so they're allowed to shed the tears. They're allowed to say whatever the hell they want to say. But when it's one of us, you know, oh, you know, they shouldn't act out like that, because the justice system isn't built for us. It's built
Right.
against us,
Right.
but it benefits them.
Like-
So when we go out there and they're out there, they're doing their little, you know, they're what do you call it? The picketing, whatever.
Oh yeah, like
They're
protesting.
doing protesting. They're doing their marches and stuff.
Yeah.
They're gonna get some justice.
Right.
Something happens to us, we're waiting outside the courtroom in hundreds.
Right.
And then they come out, oh, you know, such and such officer, whatever, is innocent, and then you expect us to just all cry and go home.
Right.
No, it doesn't work like that.
That's
Right.
You shot him in our neighborhood
Yeah.
that you're trying to regentrify.
that you're supposed to be protecting.
Yes. So
But-
now we have to hold. We don't need to start at the top. We need to hold who the police accountable.
Right.
Right.
I
Holding
was
it
talking to my
accountable
parents
on
the
the
other
spot.
day. I was like these police officers are getting orders to do what
Take
they're doing.
you out, right?
They're not just out there just going to just shoot somebody. Now, some of them do that. Some of them I feel like are like undercover racists. That's they have a police badge, but like a majority. I seen a clip of some New York cops. It was like maybe 10 or 15
I
of them.
hate watching them clips from New York with police, man.
Yo, like
that's rough out there.
And like
hate
those 15 police officers came out. They were all black. Came out and was like, "Yo, like my chief tells us to go to those areas
Right.
to scout out and look for situations and things of that nature." And I'm just like,
Did you see the one where they jumped that mailman?
no.
Yeah, it was a dude. He was like a UPS or the mailman, and then
Yeah.
they tried to arrest him while he was working
Why?
because he quote unquote fit the description. Wow. A working man. It's like, yo, he's like, what are you doing? Get off me! I'm trying to deliver this package. Well, no, we got word. Yada yada yada. You know, pause.
Wow.
This guy is working,
Yeah.
Right.
and you're a plainclothes cop that's out here just doing like, you know what Ken said. I'm like, nah, homie. No,
Even if you did look or fit the description.
yeah.
There's protocol that you just don't jump somebody or grab somebody because, bro, like no,
Yeah.
like you know what I'm saying? Like there's protocol for everything. But what's happening is that these police officers are getting like comfortable and like thinking because they have the gun and the power or quote unquote power that they have or authority that they have, they can say like I seen one clip, dude was cussing out the lady. The lady, what was she doing? I think she was at the trolley station. No. It was a boy, young 16-year-old boy, trying to actually make the trolley that was like pulling up. So he jaywalked. All right, cool.
I saw that.
All right, I understand that.
Yeah.
Police officer could have easily said, hey, young man, that's unsafe. Next time, do the stop walk. Okay, I understand, sir.
I saw that.
The police officer grabs the boy and like
Beats the brakes off of him.
16, bro, because he was jaywalking to make the trolley. And that's what I'm saying. Like,
Yeah.
it's gotten to that point now where these cops is just blatantly just doing whatever the heck they want. I'm just like,
And a lot of them, they do it because people don't know their rights. They don't know their constitutional rights.
Yeah.
And some of the rights that are built in the Constitution for us don't apply to us. They
Correct.
apply in certain sections of the Constitution that you can hold police accountable. But people
Yeah.
don't know that because they won't read.
correct.
The Constitution is too long, it's too big. But if they tell
Bro.
you your rights are in there in certain sections, and I talked to you guys about this offline, that
No, what's
hey,
up?
no, you can't put me in cuffs or whatever. You can't do that. But people don't know their rights.
Like going into cats' cars and
Yeah.
pulling them out of cars and
Bro, I went through. If nobody knows this, I went through training, bro. Like I was gonna be an officer.
Yeah.
I graduated, top of my class.
What?
Decided not to do it.
Measy?
You can't do half the stuff you guys are doing, guys. I'm telling you.
What?
I learned it. I know penal code.
Oh, you went to police academy?
Yeah,
I did not know that.
bro. Before the
Something
grad.
new.
Hands.
As soon as I finished, I turned down the job and I moved to San Diego, like
Word.
months after.
That's crazy.
Man.
Yeah,
I didn't
months
even know
after.
that.
And so, half the stuff I'll be watching, but like I'm that's my girl, but I'm always like, you can't do that.
Right.
He's not allowed to do that. You have to
Right.
do this. You have to have reasonable cause. Blah blah blah. You can't do that. He's not allowed to search. Okay, yo, he did that. He can search now. I'll be watching cops. I'll be watching these videos online and just thinking like, oh, just dissecting it. And it's crazy how much these guys don't follow protocol.
They have orders. That's the thing that
have
kills
orders.
me.
You wanna keep
You're
your
getting
job?
orders from your chief. You're not just going out
Yeah.
and just doing whatever you want, saying whatever you want. You're getting these orders.
But even if you're not getting the orders, there's just certain like privilege that comes with it almost.
Yeah.
Where people feel like I can do what I want to do. Because like even sometimes it's like this, I don't know, like an arrogance that someone has.
Yeah.
Just people, and I'm not even all white cops, bro. It's just officers that feel that they have some type of like arrogance or something where they don't have to answer to you, or they can
Right.
talk to you and belittle you,
Right.
and you can't respond. You know what
Right.
I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's something that I don't necessarily like. I can't really wrap my hand because there's no way to fix that.
True.
Because I always have to submit to you in order for this to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And that's not the way it should be. I was watching this. Tell me how you guys think. I could not wait to bring this up today. I watched the video, right? Tell me this. I watched the video of this kid. He was 14 years old, and he grew up in a terrible situation. Had the story all there. And when he was 14 years old, ended up committing armed robbery.
14?
When he was 14 with an adult. An adult was present, 24 years old. And so the whole video was about kids getting life sentences, minors getting life sentences. The whole video I watched, it was a young black kid
Okay.
in the hood. I forgot where he was from.
Sure.
And his lawyer was a white dude. And the white dude himself was the one giving, like, in the interview when they're talking about like the situation.
Sure.
And himself was giving out numbers and how young black males are demonized, and when they commit a crime or do something like that, there's a way that they're presenting them that makes them look worse than they are, and makes them look unfit to be in society, makes them look unfit to be able to be rehabilitated and stuff.
Sure.
You know. And so watching that made me so sad, bro, because this dude goes in and he fights for these kids,
Right.
because like these kids are getting life sentences, and his whole thing was like, I don't think that's right. You can't tell me that a kid that makes a mistake when he's 10, 11,
They're
12
children.
deserves to spend
Right.
his entire life in prison over a mistake he made while he was a minor.
Right.
When we already know your brain's not fully developed.
And did he kill anybody? Did he shoot
No.
anybody? Did anyone die?
But watch this, bro. They did the studies. It was like 70 to 80% of minors that got life sentences, all of their crimes, like 70 to 80% of them, their crimes were committed in the presence or with an adult. And so that goes to show that these kids are being manipulated into committing these crimes with adults. This dude, 14 years old, him and a 24-year-old dude went into some business and held these 2 ladies or 3 ladies at gunpoint, and they robbed the place. The 24-year-old that was the master of the operation kept telling this lady he was going to rape her. Over and over, I'm going to rape this girl, I'm going to rape this girl. The 14-year-old kid was like, yo, you can't do that. You can't do that. Stopped him from raping this girl. And so we got to go. Let's go. And they dipped. The kid, 14 years old, got 4 consecutive life sentences.
What?
4.
Are you serious, yo?
How do you die and come back 4 times?
The 24-year-old dude got 1. So regardless, you're gonna spend your entire life in prison. But like, they voted against this kid so bad that they gave him 4 consecutive life sentences. 4. So there's no possibility of him ever getting out. Now this dude's like 30 years old, and they were still trying to fight for him to get out. And he was like, you know what? Like, I made a lot of mistakes. He rehabilitated himself. He's been in prison for like 11, 12, something years. And my math's probably way off. But he's in prison for a while, and he rehabilitated himself. The former warden came to the trial. That they retrialed him. Came to the trial, or it wasn't a retrial. It was, his hearing, like his, parole or whatever. The former warden came and was like, yo, this kid's been in there the whole time and has only been in trouble one time. Like, his record is immaculate. And it's like, I've never seen it done before, but he's a good kid. He rehabilitated himself. And they said this kid, when asked this kid, how did you manage to stay out of trouble this whole time, being there for such a long time? He said he spent all his time inside caring for others. So he would take care of the sick inmates.
Wow.
He would learn. He would take care of the sick inmates. He would serve like the elderly, and he would take care of them. And he spent all his time doing that to stay out of trouble. He wanted to go back to school and get his GED. They wouldn't give him educational programs because it would be a waste of time because he's gonna die there.
Wow,
you know what I'm saying?
Yo.
You know what's crazy? And so he goes back to trial, and his mama comes. His mama, they tell the story. His mama, this is crazy, bro. His mama used to be on crack. And so he said him and at the time he's 14, his 15-year-old sister had a baby. And that the mama would go to a crack house and be gone for like 2-3 weeks at a time. And so he said he would get on his bike and he would go through all the little crack houses looking for his mama all the time. Looking for her, bring her home, get her to eat, get her to shower and stuff. And then she would be home for a little bit. She would take off again. And so they said he would do this all the time. What they brought out later is that the 24-year-old dude that he was robbing with, or committing the robbery with, was his mama's drug dealer. And that the mama owed him money.
So
and
he
so
brought him along as
so he
payment.
threatened him and said, you better hit this lick with me because your mama owes you some money. The mama testified. The kid testified and told the whole story.
Right.
And it's all there. I mean, it is what it is. The mama rehabilitated herself, and they have a good relationship. The kids got a head on straight, and like they retrialed him and resentenced him. And oh my God, bro, it was breaking my heart because watching the judge, bro, he did not care. He was like just rolling his eyes the whole time, kept cutting off the attorney. You know what? It doesn't matter what you're saying because this is the way my courtroom is. I'm blah 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 blah. And then the lady gets up there. The kid apologizes to her. I'm sorry for like what happened when I was a kid. The word says when I was a child, I thought as a child.
Right.
Now that I'm a man, I put away childish things. He's like, and I sincerely apologize for what I got myself into and what we put you through. He's like, I'm a man now, and I live with this regret every day that what we did to you. The lady gets on the stand right after that, and she was like, I'm not ready to see him walk in the streets, and I'm not moving. So I don't think he should be let free. This kid was 14 years old. So when they come
White
back
lady?
with, oh yeah, that was one of them. The other lady was crying, and she was like, you know what? Like, I thank you so much because the guy was threatening to rape me, and whatever you did, like you stopped it, and I see how you rehabilitated yourself. So she's been writing letters to this kid and getting to know him. Like, this is what's
Over
happened
the
to me.
years.
Yeah, like getting to know him because she's thankful. The other lady, nothing happened to her, and they retried it, bro. When it was over, the judge, you could see in his face, he did not care. He was just like over it. Retried, he's like, all right, so no life sentence, but for this blah 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 blah, 40 years. He already did like 12, 13.
So does he get 40 minus 12 or 13?
40 more. So he went in when he was 14. He's not gonna be out till he's like 50, 60, 70 something, 60 something.
Wait, so how old is he? How old is he now?
He's 30.
No, your boy's getting out like at 70, yo.
70 years old, bro, for something he did when he was 14. So don't tell me.
That's called slavery.
Exactly.
Right, and then tell me this. Brock Turner raped a girl.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Got 6 months.
Right.
What's up with the system, bro?
Behind the trash dumpster.
Yeah.
And then some
It was
cat-
found
At a college.
guilty.
At a college, right?
And then got ran up on.
He got ran
That's
up on by
called-
dudes that caught him.
I'm not gonna call it slavery because that's the wrong term. It's what's another term for it?
Free labor.
Free labor.
My
That's some
God, bro.
free ass labor. For
That's
your
the
ass.
that's the system.
Yes.
And you're gonna expect me to sit here
Right.
and act.
And now if
You crazy.
I'm
bro.
sorry that
Sorry
story
to-
was so long, but I had
No,
it
we
on
get
my
it, but
heart,
I'm
bro.
saying that's why we should know enough. That's why one thing we shouldn't really go nowhere alone, because if some guy or
Straight
cop,
up.
some cop roll up on us and he start asking questions, yo, don't say nothing. We just gonna stand there.
Even the
And
ones
if you say something, don't do this, yada yada. I'm gonna run down the list. This is what I know. These are my rights. Don't touch me.
straight
Right.
up.
And then pull your phone out and record.
It's
Soon as
sad
he
that
says
we.
something,
It's sad
say
that
it.
we. It's sad that we had to get to that point where we have to record our conversations and things
Right.
on. You know what I'm saying? Like
Yeah.
on a stop.
Yeah.
Like
But look at even at that don't even matter because they got your boy on tape killing multiple with Eric Garner on tape getting choked out. Cop walked.
Zimmerman
Gone,
Zimmerman.
yeah.
No, he was on tape, but he walked.
shot. He shot a person.
Martin.
And then
Trayvon.
didn't he choke out his girlfriend or something like that, or his
He was
wife
in
or
a-
something like
he
that?
was in a- he's been in a bunch of
He's been in a lot of
altercations
trouble.
since Trayvon Martin.
And your boy still
Walk.
Come on, man.
Bro,
Yeah.
remember the cop.
He's-
Remember the cop that shot dude in the back in Oakland, Fruitvale.
Yeah, yeah.
Walked.
What was the other kid's name? The one that he didn't start the whole killing movement, but it was either before Trayvon Martin or after Trayvon Martin. The cops shot him dead in the middle of the street. St. Louis, was it St. Louis? They said
was
he was
his
a
name?
big dude. He was a teenager.
Oh, Mike Brown.
Mike Brown.
Oh yeah, at that liquor store situation.
Yeah, yeah.
Sandra Bland.
Wow.
Sandra, what was the name of the kid? The little kid that got shot because he had a toy gun.
Yeah, his Tamar Rice.
Tamar Rice.
Did he just had a birthday not too long
Yeah.
ago, right?
Walked.
Walked.
And then tell me why this Brock Turner, bro, rapes a girl, is found guilty, and has some type of influence with his family, and walks after 3 months.
3 months of probation.
Bro, tell me,
Right.
bro.
What was the probation?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm at home. I got a little house arrest. I'm gonna have a house party, and I'm gonna get some.
He did 3 months inside the joint, and he was supposed to do 6. He probably got 3 months probation after.
But I bet you it was cake though. It was cake. It was like being at
Influence,
home.
bro, and this makes me sad. Like how many these are the ones that you're hearing about in the news.
Yeah.
Right.
How many lives are people throwing away because someone has the power, bro? It's sad.
Yeah.
It's so sad.
And that's what I'm saying. The system, you said it best. You said the system's not created for us. For me, finding the origin of certain things is important. I feel like where did policing come from? Where did
So they were slave catchers.
and they had
Those
to
were your first police.
you know
Yeah,
so
yeah.
so you think that mentality or that energy or that ideology doesn't apply for 2017?
Right.
It's the same thing.
Same thing, bro.
The same thing. Nothing's changed.
You know what sucks is too. We have good people out here, and I say this, and I know I'm walking a thin line. We have good people out here that want to do well as a police officer or whatever in the justice system, but they're overshadowed by, their precinct or the department, and then they have terrible leadership.
Yep.
So yeah, we need to do this, and if you really care about your job, you'll do this, and you won't talk back.
Right.
And
It's called
so
the blue
now-
wall of silence, bro.
Right. And so now you have people that are scared to, oh man, the job market is really bad. I can't afford to lose my job, and the police department is paying me pretty well.
Right.
I just made rank. You know what I mean? My family's moving up, but if I speak out like that one black cop did, not black. I don't mean to call people black. She was one of us. She was a cop, and she spoke out about the police killing brothers and sisters. And she lost her job.
Word.
Yeah,
Who was she?
I can't remember her name.
What'd she do? She was a cop.
She made a
She was a
video.
cop.
She was a cop. She made a video.
Oh no, I know you're talking about.
Yeah, and she spoke out. Next thing you know, she didn't have
That's
a
the
job.
blue wall of silence, bro. You know what? In the academy, they taught us about the blue wall of silence. And they're talking about it as a brotherhood. And they were saying like, we take care of each other, and like for example, like this dude got threatened by like somebody he locked up one time, and so all his other like coworkers and stuff like that, his brothers, they would stay the night on his roof with like guns and like to protect his family. That's cool. I get it. But when it comes down to like somebody doing something they shouldn't, then it's also like, hey man, shut your mouth, man. We're bros. We don't
Right.
snitch on each other.
That's like
You did somebody dirty, bro.
Yeah, that sound like some gang shit. Like, I'm being honest. Like, that sound like
is.
some gang shit. And it's like, how can you sit here and arrest some dudes, some gang member? No, I'm serious, bro. Like, that pisses me off, bro. I'm sorry, y'all, but like,
No, it's
all
like-
that just pisses me off. Like, you arrest gang members for that type of stuff.
But you
but
can
then
pull it off.
But you
because
can
got
pull
that
it off
badge.
because you in the. Come on, man, bro. Like,
legally.
because you fly a different color
It's like,
than we
okay,
do.
it's like a fraternity in a sense.
Exactly.
Right.
That's the word I'm looking for. It's like a fraternity, a brotherhood, like you just said.
Yeah, like a brotherhood. But you can go out, you can hit licks, and you can, you do all this
Right.
crazy stuff, man, and be a G. And you walk out in the street like a G, like basically because you don't got a bandana on, you got a badge instead.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And it's kind of, I don't know. It kills
It's
me.
the
man.
same thing,
You're
yo.
Like glorified mafia. That's what.
I got a hard time with it.
I
I just think we need to fix it right now. I just don't think.
Nothing's going to
First.
nothing's going to get fixed if leadership doesn't give a shit. Like, they don't. Like, I'm talking about our
They
government.
don't right now.
I'm talking about our government and the police department or the police, whatever it is. They don't care.
I'll
And it-
go. No, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
I
you
cut
good.
you off. I'll say start before that. Let's start with our own households.
Right.
We'll start with our neighborhoods.
Yeah.
And from the neighborhood, we go to our community. From the community to our town. From the town to the city. And we educate as much of our people as we can on how this works.
Correct.
Because a lot of them don't care. And they just want to just make it by because they're tired of,
Sure.
living in low income housing, not making enough. They're struggling to survive.
Sure.
And then they're being policed.
And even that situation pisses me off too. You're
Right.
talking about people not having enough money.
Not having.
Like, of course you're like, there's people that have degrees that are making making bare minimum.
Right.
And it's whack because you got cats that are going to school, getting the educations, but not getting the jobs.
Mm-hmm.
I know I run through a lot of people that are intelligent, bright,
Mm-hmm.
got all the degrees they want they can have, but still making like $15-$16 an hour.
Mm-hmm.
Where you have people that are in position to give these jobs away, but they refuse to give it to them. I remember one girl she got rejected. She was telling me that she got rejected on a job because of her name.
Wow, because it sounded like a black name.
It sounded like it,
That's what they call him. I heard that
Right.
before.
It
Yeah.
sounded. It wasn't like a. It didn't. I guess they just don't think. They just didn't think that it was
Sounds
like a
ethnic.
Yeah, it sounded ethnic, or it just didn't sound like a unique. It was just a unique name.
Her name was probably unique.
And I'm just kind of like, I'm just sitting there, just like, that's sad.
I know a couple unique, that's why.
They bypassed the education. They bypassed how bright this woman
Mm-hmm.
is, and then went straight to the name. And then you have people again that it's always, to me, I always go back to people of power. People have the power to change other people's lives. They have the power to, again, when it comes to economy, prices going higher and higher and higher. Who gonna pay that? Who gonna pay for a 400 square foot apartment, between $13,000 to $2,000
Right.
for a 400 square? You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? That just blows my mind.
So-
It's just
so
like, wow,
here's
man.
this.
Like,
I feel what Cliff was saying about we need to start educating our communities. I think like that's one way to get things started is you start at ground level,
sure.
and I think that's cool. But I feel like why stop at educating people? Because I mean, educating is good, but all that really does is piss a lot of people off.
Right.
And I don't know if
It
we
should.
need to.
It should.
And no, and that's good.
Yeah, yeah.
But with that, I feel like we should also find some kind of solution and like offer, educate and offer like a direction to head in.
But don't y'all think that folks is actually already out there doing that? That's the thing that I'm not understanding.
And
It's because it's
people
like,
like that, if they are doing it, they're not getting the publicity for it.
I think it's happening. I don't think that people aren't
Not around here.
education. Well, I mean, I don't know. I'm sure that there's activists out here pushing the. I know there's a handful of activists that are pushing the limit when it comes to educating people. I just feel like it's being done. It's just even when it's being done, even when you educate people, or even when you get to the point where folks are like policing themselves and we're watching our backs and things of that nature, like to the point where it's just like we're moving, like we're actually doing these acts, we're actually moving in, setting the bar high for people in our younger generation and setting the examples. But stuff is still happening. That's the thing that kills me.
Watch this though. For this, my where I was going with this was the NFL. So you hear how they keep complaining that they're losing people in the seats.
Oh, yeah.
They're losing supporters and they're losing like lots of money.
That's good.
Good.
Yeah.
Shut it
I'm all
down.
for it. Yeah, absolutely.
Like you don't want to. You know what? Maybe did you hear about the dude that compared all the players to inmates? And it was the Texans.
Right.
Like took a knee. Everybody.
Right.
Like, man, you ain't gonna compare us to no damn inmates.
And one guy who just walked out when he heard it.
Yeah, one dude, and he was like, "Yo, like,"
Straight walked out.
he said, "I've been called a lot of things before while playing this game, including the N word." He's like, "And I've never felt so disrespected." You know, like compare me to some inmate, like you own me,
Right.
Right.
And so with that, it's like, go ahead, let it fall and burn, let it crash and burn. They don't respect us anyway,
Right.
And so, like at the end of the day, take all the black people out of the league, and what do you got?
You got a football.
You got so go
Because
ahead,
ain't
let
nobody
it
gonna
let it
watch.
crash and burn.
Right.
Go ahead. We got the talent, you don't.
Let
But
me
the
tell
thing
you-
is
yeah.
that you're starting to see cats as true colors now.
Right.
You seeing these older. It's crazy how you not even older. It's like the older generation, and then their
Oh,
sons
yeah.
and their sons. You start
was very
seeing a ripple
quiet
effect.
before.
Yeah, man. And then
But
all
here's
of a sudden,
that just goes to show you the power that we have that we don't know we have. We've been taught that we don't have it.
I've
Right.
been saying this for years. You take us and let's start. Okay, football and basketball is hot right now. You let 20% of us sit down. We pretty much make up the NFL and the NBA and every other sport except for what?
Hockey.
Swimming.
We don't like hockey.
Well, we started hockey. we
nah,
started
hockey's
that.
actually. I'm
We
not even
invented
gonna
that
front.
I like it, but we ain't we
Hockey's
ain't
fire.
full of it yet.
Right.
No,
Oh
I
no,
mean,
very
The
true.
ice is very bright right now.
Very true. It's all
And
shit.
then you get 20% of us to sit down.
Yeah.
One game. Just one. We're not asking you to sit out for the month. One. They will cry.
They will lose it, bro.
They will cry, lose it, whatever
You'll
happens.
you'll knock a leg out from underneath them, bro.
Oh man, we lost 50 billion.
What do they need?
Right.
It's not even what do they need. Is you know what? Everybody else is gonna see it. And by the time they sit down, there goes some education for you right there. This is how they really see you. You can jump high, you can run fast, you can pass the ball, you score 30 points a game, you got 4 or 5 touchdowns a game, your 40-yard dash is 4.1.
Yeah.
Sit down. Take that back to the hood. Take it back to where you come from.
Yeah.
So
And then
with that,
let's
bro,
start our own.
yeah, start our own, bro. The big three. Then what's
Let's
done for the
start our
basketball?
own.
Start our own league of football players.
I'm saying.
Support our own communities. You
Buy
seen
our-
the dude
yeah.
that he won a bunch of money or something like that, and he started
Oh, yeah.
investing back
Yep.
into Black Wall Street.
Yep.
You seen that?
Yep.
Let's get it, bro.
And I bet your boy
Set it up.
I bet your boy took his money, his winnings, put some money away for himself because he won the,
Yeah.
that's his prerogative. But then turning it around and put all that money back into the
Into the
he's going to
community.
win even more because what is he doing now? He's creating jobs
Right.
and opportunity for people to come on, man. Like that's
So Master P had an interview. Somebody interviewed him about, the whole Colin Kaepernick thing. He was like, hey, I'm down with him. He said, I think he said he spoke to him, if I'm not mistaken. He said, hey, man, let's put our money together. I'll put some money up. Let's start our own league. He said,
Oh,
I'm with
yeah.
it. I said, well,
Why not?
shoot, I'll watch. I'll do whatever I can to support.
yeah,
You know how many people would?
bro.
Man,
Ice Cube was trying to do the same thing. He was trying to put his
With the
stuff
big
together
three, what
just
happened
how
to
did
it?
But I'm glad at least he started.
3 on
something.
3, it wasn't big three.
Yeah.
Right.
I
But
mean,
that's the thing, though,
he
and then
started something.
and then
Start
again, that
somewhere.
also brings
We need to
into
get
another
behind it.
situation,
Right.
another conversation as far as like exactly folks actually getting behind these people that have situations, businesses. It don't even have to be nothing major. Folks got small businesses. Support it. It don't matter. I think the thing is that again, we're so lost as a people where when someone like if you gain something, immediately our instinct is to hate. I'm just kind of or hate on each other. Like that,
Right.
yo, that's so trash, yo. Like
It's like if you come up, everybody around you, everything that you're affiliated with should come up
Right.
because you automatically have that influence now.
Back to the city.
Right.
Back to the people. You know? That's what I'm saying. So I'm saying we hold a lot of power.
very much.
We have a lot of influence.
Facts.
And I feel like making, and I'm not saying not to do this, that's not my point, but a lot of people get scared away from like support black business, black this, and that means a lot of other people feel like excluded or feel like I feel out of that, or the people
Well,
that
then
are
you'll
not
think about, well, how do we feel?
exactly. No, I feel it, but the thing is, that's what I feel. It's like we're a step up, and I feel like we know what it is. So I feel like whether or not like we label something as support black business or this is black owned, like just support,
Right.
Just support. If I see somebody that that's trying to come up, I'm gonna do everything in my power to like, yo, what do you need? I got you. I don't even need you to fill my pocket up
You make
because
lemonade?
you're gonna hook me up too later on.
You created a lemonade a business? All right, cool. How many jugs can I buy?
Right.
Oh, you
Exactly.
a producer, you own your own record studio? All right. How much I just had this situation happen. I'm not even gonna say no names because it's irrelevant.
Yeah.
I booked a session here for the studio. The person that booked the session asked me for some hours. I said, all right, cool. How many hours do you want? Gave me his hours. What time? All right, cool. Hey, y'all ain't got no like studio discount. I would have gave you a discount from the jump, but no, we don't have a studio discount right now. The prices are the prices.
Right.
So you saying like how much like so for 8 hours or whatever, like I can't get it for this price? No, nigga.
Man.
I'm not even trying to throw shade. I'm just saying that's the mentality. Like, yo, if you have a product, I'm not gonna even throw the idea of a discount. How much is it? Like your hoodies, bro.
I got hoodies
Nisi.
on sale right now.
Yep.
What's up? What's up?
Plug.
Yeah, plug.
Hit me up for these hoodies.
Shameless plug, yeah.
By the end of this podcast, I will ask, how much are your hoodies? Where can I purchase them at? All right. I'm not gonna sit here and say, hey, yo, hey, can I get a discount? No, I'm gonna pay top dollar for a freaking hoodie
You
or
to
a
give
hat.
discount. They say,
Yeah.
they say like, yo, I got I'm doing a shoot or whatever. Me and my boys is coming through. I need 5 or 6 hoodies. Then like, okay, he's buying in bulk. Then you probably would say, you
can
know
maybe
what? I'll give you 10% off or 15% off just for buying in bulk.
Buying so many.
Yeah.
I'm just saying.
Some dude hit me up the other day, bro. He said, yo, let me get I can't put
Is it worthy? Is it worthy?
I can't put that too much because he probably listening. I know he probably listen, but he was like, yo, let me get some hoodies. How much they cost? I told him. He was like, ooh, that's kind of expensive. He's like, well, your last ones went for this much. Like, how about that price? I was like, my nigga, you can take your money and go to Walmart. I told him you can go to Walmart. Like, this ain't no discount store.
Yeah.
And if you ain't gonna support me, cool. Move forward. Like,
straight up. And ain't no shade to nobody. It's just the mentality, yo.
Yeah.
It's not even about the product.
You
If
don't
if I know you have something that's dope, I'm gonna pay top dollar. Period.
and look at these corporations. You don't walk into McDonald's and be like, yo, let me get a Big Mac.
You don't
Like
bargain for a
$8.99.
Big Mac.
Unless
me get it for
unless there's a sale. Like,
Right.
Let me get it for $4.
yeah.
If you don't take your raggedy butt
take
out
your
there-
price.
Take one patty off, but leave all 3 pieces of bread on there.
Like you're naming your price.
Right.
Man, so look at support business, bro. That's what we got to do. Support people. Support anybody around you that's trying to get it. Support them. Anything you have. If you don't have money, then what are you good at?
Right.
Look, the boy Kendrick got a studio. Like, I don't know how to mix music, but I can take pictures. I'll show up and take pictures of your studio if you want me to. You know what I'm saying? Like, what can you do to help the next
Right.
one?
And then like to wind everything up, just be mindful, like educate yourself.
Yeah.
Just don't sit around here and think that racism doesn't exist. It does.
Yeah.
There's crazy people. I was telling my parents, there's crazy people out here that are willing to do crazy stuff. Know your surroundings. You know what I'm saying? Understand and read more. Educate yourself about the government. Educate yourself about food. Educate yourself about the system. Like, know what's going on in the world, and don't run away from it. I can't stand people that just shy away from stuff. You have a conversation with them, and then they act like they don't know what's going on. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So just educate yourself, man. Read a book.
Read a book.
Google it. Use Google to your,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? So, yeah, man.
Man, so
I'm gonna throw this out there. 'Cause
Go ahead.
Everybody else got their little bit of last sentence. If you're not of the brown skin persuasion,
ooh,
and you feel like we harped on you, we're not against you. We're saying
I am.
We're noticing. Some,
just kidding. I love you, whites.
we
Oh, shoot.
we don't hate you all. We actually we don't.
I don't hate nobody.
But
Nah.
we were pointing out some things that a lot of people will not point out. And then again, this is just an hour-long discussion. We could talk about this for hours. But
real.
We talk about. I talk
you-
about this every day in my everyday life because I deal with it every day. I got people
Yeah.
looking at me clenching purses and asking what
when
set I
when
belong
old
to.
white ladies look at me, I clench my wallet and walk across the street. You're not gonna rob me. But I mean, don't think of this as like we coming at y'all. We telling you guys what's real.
Yeah, man.
And what's
So-
and what
It's
we
real life.
If
It's
you're
reality.
already our friends and you're European or whatever have you, then you're probably still that more than
Right.
likely. So
and it's
don't
not even
don't
just
come
it's not
at
even
us,
just
you
white
know.
folks.
Yeah.
It could be Hispanics, Asians. If you're not speaking up on these things
Right.
and think that you're like
it could be black folks.
Let me say this though, Doc. Let me say this
sorry.
though, Doc.
Hey.
You know that word Doc is serious. Doc, let me tell
Yeah,
you this.
Doc.
We
Oh,
have
2008.
we have our own brothers and sisters that practice white supremacy better than white people.
Ooh.
Boom. Now leave the stage.
All right. Hey, thanks for listening to this podcast. That boy was Locks. He's out the building. Locks has left the building.
it's facts. It's facts. So
Man.
y'all, we appreciate you guys listening, tuning into the podcast.
We're sorry that
Again,
was so heavy, man. That was a heavy one right there.
It was needed.
I'm mad right now.
Nah, it was needed.
We
I'm
went
gonna go outside
from
and fight somebody
Thanksgiving
named
to,
Gary.
It was needed.
True.
You know what I'm saying? So just educate yourself, man, and have a heart, yo. Have a heart. Love on each other. Love somebody. Hug somebody, and yeah, we'll catch you.
You sound like you about to dismiss church service, yo.
Stand up. Go ahead and hold your head.
I'm
Neighbors.
getting ready to close. I'm getting ready to close.
Right. Stand up for the. Go ahead and stand up for the benediction.
Musicians, give me something soft. in the
Right.
background.
Let's go ahead and prepare
Meditation.
ourselves for communion.
Lord.
Nah, but we appreciate you guys for tuning in, man. Again, we getting started. We just getting started. It's about to get even littier. Is that a
2018
word?
about to be. You said Lydier.
Littier.
I don't know if I agree with that.
That's on the yeah.
It's gonna get lit though. It's gonna
Yes, sir.
it's gonna get better and better, man, as we grow. And that's hilarious, Lydier. No, it's gonna get better and better as we grow this thing, man. I appreciate you guys tuning in. You guys got anything else to say?
Nah, let's
Oh
just
yeah,
close this
look out for we got a Facebook fan page and we got an IG page about to pop. So be on the lookout for that.
Yes,
The
and we also
Vibe
have that.
podcast.
Yes,
The
and we also
Vibe
have that on
Podcast.
YouTube as well.
True.
Yes.
The Vibe Podcast
True that.
or the Vibe on YouTube. Go ahead and check that out. The link's going to be on Facebook. So you
True.
guys, again, support, like, subscribe. So make sure you comment down below. Show some love.
True.
And yeah, we'll see you.
This has been the Vibe Podcast. We'll check y'all out next week.
Yes, sir.